Data privacy is a new field in law practice. This is because of the advent of the internet age, no, not the advent, the age that we are right now in, the internet or information age. So, data privacy considers the fact of the spread of information online. Of the 7 billion, no, or 8 billion people in the world, half of that are Asians. And if you look at the data on your screen, it is the Asians, it is us Asians who, you know, make use of the much of the internet resources around the world. In fact, in the Philippines alone, of the 112 million population in last year, 102 are active internet users, and almost 100% are active on social media. Specifically, the data shows Facebook. So imagine the exchange of information, given that we have so much um, access to the internet and so much of our information is surrendered online. In fact, there are many of us who are multiple accounts users of social media, and of course we may have multiple accounts also for our cell phone numbers, no, our internet connectivity may not only be for one from one telco but from several. Imagine the inflow of information, so much so that in 2012 there was a law already, which was together with the Cybercrime Prevention Act, which is the Data Privacy Act, RA 10173, which protects the rights of the data subjects. We'll go back to this later on. But when you say the rights of data subjects, this is the right to the integrity and privacy of their personal information, that their personal information must be processed accordingly. So what do you mean by processing? Privacy processing in under the Data Privacy Act is so broad and all-encompassing. If you read the definition of what processing is, it refers to any operation or any set of operations performed upon personal data, including but not limited to. So the key phrase there is not limited to, including but not limited to, meaning can go beyond, no? Collection, recording, organization, storage, updating, modification, retrieval, consultation, use, consolidation, blocking, erasure, or destruction of data. It may be automated, but here under the law, even one manual processing is included. So all types of processing and all types of okay. So again, okay, sorry. So again, processing means anything that you do with your data, no? Anything that you do with your data. So whatever it is that you do with your data is considered as processing. So processing may involve the processing of your personal information or sensitive personal information. When you speak of personal information, this is information that could readily identify you. Um, on its face, what you see on your ID, your name, your photo, your photo of your face, no, your signature could be considered as personal information. Information that could readily be traced to you. Sensitive personal information is information that, if leaked, could have serious effects on your person. Health records could be one of them. Academic records, your bank information, your license information, and the likes. So the distinction is personal information, you can be readily identified with that. But sensitive personal information is information that could destroy your person. Kukunin ang laman ng bangko mo, masisira ang iyong reputation because your health records are also sensitive personal information. Nakakahiya, di ba? Minsan yung mga sakit natin, no? Especially if they are sexually transmitted, for example, those which by convention are not too accepted, no? So the distinction is important because we will realize later on that the information, depending on the information, is the liability of the person who breached the privacy of another. So these are the rights of a data subject. A data subject are persons whose rights are being processed. All of us are data subjects, therefore. This is the right to be informed. This is your right to be informed that you have in possession your rights. This is the right to be informed of the what, where, who, and why your rights or your information is being gathered. Who is gathering your information? To whom is it going to be shared? Why is your information being gathered? And so on. This is your right to be informed. You see this often in the concierge of malls or hotels, and in the mall, accommodations, areas of accommodations, in the entrance areas, entry points of schools, and sometimes in your apps or downloaded software. The right to object means your right to object to the information controller, the entity that is gathering your information. The right to object to the misuse of your information. The right of access is your right to know from the information controller what information they have of you. The right to rectify is the right that you have to require correction of wrongful entries about your information. This is crucial because, for example, grades. If mali yung grade na na-encode, you have the right of rectification. You can demand for your grade to be rectified in the registrar's office. If, for example, insurance companies have your birth dates or beneficiaries wrongly encoded, you have the right to their rectification. Otherwise, your beneficiaries may be affected. The right to erasure or blocking, if they misuse your information, you can require that they delete your information. No? Data portability is the right that you have to get a copy of your data, or the right that you can require one institution to transfer your data to another kapag relevant ang kanilang functions. For example, if you are from SSS, you work in a private sector, then you suddenly transfer to the public sector, all the information that you have in the SSS is transferred to GSIS, so you don't have to submit again your requirements or credentials. The right to complaint and damages is important also. These are familiar to you as law students. So, if you speak of the right against breaches, you have the right against the intentional or accidental destruction, loss, alteration, or unauthorized disclosure or access of your information. Destruction, for example, hindi na-shred ng maayos yung iyong document, then nabasa pa yung content ng document pertaining to your personal information, that's a crime. If your file has been unintentionally deleted, that's a crime. If it has been altered, that's a crime. If it has been disclosed to others, still it's a crime. So, these are the penalties. If you see the penalties, medyo matataas, in the millions, no? If it's sensitive personal information that you're talking about. Unauthorized processing means unauthorized collection, di ba? Unauthorized distribution, unauthorized profiling, that is unauthorized processing. So yung mga spam mails, yung pagbebenta ng ating information, it's a crime. That's processing. Remember instances when we receive calls or text messages from people who seem to know us because somebody somewhere in the past got hold of your information, you may have consented to it, and they sold it to insurance providers, hotels, and so on, no? So that mga call centers offering the services will pester you. It's unauthorized processing. It's remember, it's important because data is the new oil. If you have data, you have power. You can win elections. You can earn income, no? Like Grab and Airbnb. They do not own hotels or vehicles, but they are the largest accommodations and vehicle provider, because what they have are not hotels or other assets or cars. They have information. So if we are made use as a commodity without our consent, that's unauthorized processing. Especially collection agencies for credit cards, when we have not authorized the banks or call centers or credit card companies, and they allow a collection agency to collect in their behalf, and we have not consented to it, that's a crime. Access due to negligence, when you have left your computer open, if you're working for an entity and then it's password protected, there are data there. If you're a nurse, for example, and you have the data of your patients, iniwan mo lang ang chart, nakita nila, iba, that's unauthorized or access due to negligence, your negligence. Improper disposal, ito yung sinasabi ko na hindi na shred yung document, nakita ng iba, no? Na recycle wrongly, they made use of your recycled paper with your information at the back, that's a crime. And the last one is hacking. Medyo, look at the penalties in the millions, hundreds of thousands, di ba? So if you're a public servant, aside from the imprisonment, you could also be disqualified from holding office for the same period or for double the period of your incarceration. So let's say you are penalized for imprisonment of 6 years, you'll be disqualified to hold office for 12 years.